right, another studio build, but not over here and not in the closet. We ripped all this out. We're over here today. So, yes, one-man stream this time. Similar design to previous builds, except this one's built around one person. I could have totally done this in the one-man room over here, except we tore it all down, took gear on site, etc., etc. So I put this guy up, and I'm actually liking this one a lot. A lot of the same ideas from the previous builds, but one thing I focused on this one was not stacking our Zoom drones. Total of 8 Zoom drones here, all right, and then that one is a green room. Not stacking them because it's kind of a pain to lift your arm up and over laptops and type stuff in and pin and whatnot. So I went with putting them all out, and that way I could also write down who is on what Zoom drone. Just make life easy. We are swapping people in and out. We are doing a stream to Singapore, and it is literally midnight. Actually, it's 11:30 p.m. And we will start streaming at 1 a.m. and go till 4 a.m. today, and same thing tomorrow. So let me give you a tour of what is happening over here. We have 4 Zoom drones. This is our main Zoom drone here. 4 Zoom drones. Then we get to playback. This A10 Mini Extreme is not for switching. It is for recording, and it's also providing a USB-C output to my main live stream computer, which is this guy over here, and that is going to Zoom Webinar so we can stream to Singapore. Okay, so we have playback over here. That is my control laptop running the ATEM software and companion. Of course, we have the 1ME advanced panel. We got our stream decks over here, and I'm using the Rodecaster Pro 2 and using that for mix minus and things like that. Physical faders is nice. Again, just had it lying around, so why not put it to use? Don't need anything super fancy on this one. That is another graphics machine, so it is running ProPresenter, but it is doing overlays and not playing back videos, although it can if I need it to. Backups. And then 4 more Zoom drones over here, and this guy is just my green room computer, so I can talk to the green room and talk to main stage at the same time. Notice we're not super overkill on monitors on this one, and that is because instead of doing a monitor per Zoom drone, I am just using the 8K Constellation, which is down there. Thank you, and I'll show you that in a sec. And because it has a bunch of multi-views, I am doing the 4 Zoom drones on this side over here, the 4 Zoom drones on this side over here. These are 4K monitors, which means I can actually see all of the detail when I'm working on a computer here. I can just look up to the screen, and that's my extended display. So it's not too shabby doing it that way. Definitely reduced how many monitors, how much wiring I actually need to do. This over here is the 8K Constellation, and one thing I really like about this setup is I have space behind. One, I kept pretty much all the cables off the ground, which I am very happy about, but it's super easy to access. I can just get down here, unplug, plug in cables. This is my little converter world over here. I really do like this thing. It's just Velcro a bunch of converters together and space them out so they don't get overheated and things like that, and easy to get your hand in there to turn things. So SDI on this side, because SDI for this, HDMI all on this side over here, and that's because I have the A10 Mini Extreme right there. All my laptops are on this side, so this works out well. And then here's a hack. These little Anker USB 10-port hubs, awesome. I'm using, what is that, 18 converters over here. 18 converters to convert to SDI just so I can use the switcher. We need bigger HDMI switchers, please. Bigger ones. Just make me a Constellation with 20 HDMIs and 20 SDIs and 12 HDMI outs and 12 SDI outs, and oh my god, that's the switcher. Like, everyone will use that. It's plenty of SDIs for long runs, but most of the stuff on the table is HDMI. Even our monitors are HDMI. We don't have that many SDI monitors, at least not big ones and good ones or cheap ones. So that is the setup here. I can get a little more into detail about exactly how I'm using all of this, but you've seen the previous videos. You know from the one-man stream that I use Companion, and when I click a button on Companion, it's usually affecting 2 things, right? It's switching someone in a box, it's changing their lower third, all with 1 click, and that all comes with planning, people, okay? I have to know who's going to be on what Zoom drone for that to work. right? If I don't plan, I can't necessarily make it all, or it won't work all the time where things will magically line up, okay? So you have to plan who's going where. I've done the planning. We're about, what does that say, 99 minutes out from our stream, so that countdown clock is always good for me. I'm going to go ahead and get prepped and ready, get all these Zoom drones up on Zoom on the same call. Yes, the way we do it is we do one main host, that is in the green room, okay? Then I have all these Zoom drones on a breakout room, okay? That breakout room we call main stage. So all 8 of these Zoom drones join the same call. It's all on one call, not separate calls, but then we use breakout rooms. The lobby where you enter a Zoom call, we call that the lobby. Then we push you to a breakout room, we call it main stage. We can push you to a different breakout room called VIP, called green room, whatever you want. We can route video in there if we need to, so you can watch while you're waiting before you go on main stage, etc., etc. So that is the setup. Nothing crazy. This might look crazy to you. The way I use this monitor here, this is not a multi-view, although it could be. I am running 4 separate multi-views. Multi-view 1, multi-view 2, multi-view 3, multi-view 4. And then this guy over here, this is just a preview. Actually, sorry, program and preview. Hard to do this backwards. So that's how I'm doing it. Total of 6 outputs from the constellation just for monitoring what's going on. A preview, a program, and 4 multi-view outs. I kept it simple. I'm not routing the multi-views back into the switch or anything on this one. Just I wired this for this stream. 2 days, then we tear it all down and take it somewhere else. That's live streaming.